Giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Harakakodash. Give double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and rise up to the house of David, and all the sincere men pushing this work around the globe with sincerity and truth. Yes. So out here doing this walk and talk. Nice peaceful night. After hours walk and talk. Relative peace. Over there you got some noise, a bit of noise, sirens going off. You know that judgments are all around the globe. Over here in Mother Babylon, and over there in Babylon, and all around the globe. Prophecies are kicking off. So yeah, man, I'm gonna finish off from where I left off. This is a time when I think is the best time for me. Seems like anyway, at the moment. Lord willing, I can continue to do these type of after hours videos. While I finished up, I was looking up and I just saw seen a couple of chariots overhead, man. So that was beautiful. That was a blessing. And seeing the chariots is beautiful from a spiritual perspective. But even if you look at it from a man perspective, a carnal perspective, a scientific perspective, seeing a chariot, them things are out of this world, man. That's a carnal man would say that's out of this world. Even when they was trying to explain them, you got the likes of Louis Elizondo and some of the former jet pilots, Air Force fighter pilots. He was trying to explain them explain the chariots from a carnal perspective, from a scientific perspective. They were bowled over because the way they move, the way they glide, the maneuvers cannot be explained. There's no way them things can be manned by man, out of this world. And yeah, even if you look at it from a scientific perspective, right, that's why they are well and truly, is it Jeremiah? They're well and truly confused, baffled. Jeremiah 10. Let me find that precept. It wasn't where I was going, but let me find it. Jeremiah chapters 10. Yeah, it's one of them nights. It's a cool night, man. Very peaceful. Very peaceful night. Right, man. Yeah, hear the word which the Lord spaketh unto you, house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heavens are dismayed, for the heathens are dismayed at them. Well and truly dismayed at the heavens. And they're saying that the earth is expanding, the universe is expanding. So they're saying there's planets been added ever since the time I was a child. There's probably been a couple more planets added to the expanding universe. So they're well and truly dismayed. That's because they're looking at it from a purely scientific perspective. And you would be if you have no faith in the Most High, Yahawashi, the God of the earth and the universe, what Job explained so very well in the book of Job. You know, what can you do? What can you compare to, you mortal man? So that's why. But they are well and truly fascinating to look at. Heathens are fascinated and bowled over, and they're going to be more than that when they return. When the chariots return, right, which they're here now. Is it Zechariah chapters 5 and 4, looking into the house of the thief, right? Isaiah 66, yeah, thousands of thousands, and they're here. So that's why they're well and truly terrified. The heathens are well and truly terrified. But for us, we look forward to that time to be up in there, man. Lord willing, like I said in my last video, to be able to sip some of that good yayan with Yahawashi up there in the chariots. So let me finish off with some of these precepts, hit off these and keep it moving. Some of these precepts in 1 Corinthians 11, 1 says, be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahawashi and Mashiach. Yeah, man, because we follow our master, our leader, the teacher, who taught us well. He taught his disciples, his apostles well, which they passed down to us, and they taught us well. And that's a blessing, right? And we still have these blueprints to follow. Yahawashi and our elders and our apostles on down, right? And it says there in Hebrews, precept in Hebrews chapters 12 and start from 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us. Right, what's that sin and what's that weight? Yourself. Your own weaknesses. The weaknesses of, if you've got a family, the burdens of having to shepherd a family or teach a family or take care of a family. That could be a burden, especially if they're unbelievers. Dealing with these carnal people, these unbelieving heathens. You know, at work, college, or just in general, man. So don't get bogged down with these people and these heathens and their ways, their abominable ways, the food, the way that they live, the swine that they eat, all those different foods, the locusts, the lobster, the prawns, and all them abominable foods, sea creatures, bottom feeders of the sea, right? You could get easily tangled up, man, with those things if you allow yourself to be. Easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Right, patience, because sometimes you do things in a haste. For those of us that maybe know and we've learned, trying to do things sometimes in a haste, you might end up getting it all wrong. For example, if you used to try and do a puzzle and say, right, I'm going to do a puzzle so quick, not unless you're one of those genius people that can do puzzles very quickly, or the Rubik's Cube under 3 minutes, breaking the record. You've got people like that. Unless you're one of those extreme genius people that can do things very quick and hit the bullseye, but for the most part, most of us ain't, right? So we do things in a patient way. Sometimes it's maybe just very, very you have to go through certain things with a fine-tooth comb. Be thorough, especially when it comes to these things in this truth. Be thorough, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. And if you're one of those guys that go to the gym, that likes to push them heavy weights, you have to be thorough with that. You have to take your time with that. If you rush with that, you're going to end up straining yourself. And if you don't take all those nourishments, those nourishing drinks, those nourish powdered drinks or whatever they got on the market now, even still, you have to be careful with a lot of them. But those nourishing drinks, make sure you take them to replenish the body, so that you can have the energy, so that you don't end up straining your muscles. You have to keep hydrated as well. If you're going to be doing it, if you're into that, be thorough with it, and don't rush. In anything, you can name it. It's not good to rush, Patience, the race that is set before us, looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, and he was joy. And some of us like that, like a little bit of a challenge, realistic challenges. It's good to set them challenges for yourself, realistic challenges, setting goals, like having them little tests, and setting challenges to be more thorough with your videos, not necessarily to be deeper, but to be able to break down certain things in a more simple way, to be able to explain the deeper things of the scriptures in a more simplified way. Just setting little goals for yourself, in that case, and then you'll be imitating Yahawashi, who set the pattern or the blueprint for us. Looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher, because he finished, man. He finished. Finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him. Be realistic. Don't set unrealistic goals, and otherwise you'll end up falling out like some people that we know. Lost their joy and ended up fumbling. They ended up, when someone fumbles the ball, He wasn't in control. He fumbled the ball and then he ended up dropping it. And then he ended up looking stupid, man. Yeah, so the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame. Right, despising the shame, man. So yeah, we don't business about people look at us. Look at me here now. A couple of people walk past while I was doing my little thing, stretching my legs and thing. That's what I like to do. If that's my outlet, then that's my outlet. And even doing this video, doing videos now, it's become part of the routine, which it's become very, very much more joyful. Yeah, when you set those realistic goals for yourself, set before him, he endured the cross, despising shame, and we don't care what people think when we're out there on the highways and the byways with our garments on, what they call robes or dresses, right? We don't care what people think because we despise, yeah, as Yahawashi, who for the joy that was set before him, because he had joy, that's why he could endure the cross, and he was despising. He despised. We despise them when they look at us and they look with their eye cut, look down their nose at us. We despise them because we look stupid to them, but to us they look stupid. Yeah, we're the ones with the lottery tickets. We won the lottery, hoping that we'd be called and chosen. Yeah, so we've won the lottery tickets, hoping that we can cash out. So we don't care what people think of us, right? We're in a good position. That's why they actually envy us. And we know that, just like Vocab Malone, he envies the fact that, who do you think you are, he says. What you think you won the lottery? That's what he says. That's the expression the term that he used. What, you think you won the lottery? Yes, we do. We think we won the lottery. We're just hoping, Yahawashi, that the tickets are worthy to be cashed out. Right? So we don't care what people think. Despising shame, and he sat down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. Where is Yahawashi now? At the right hand of the throne. He didn't care what people thought. Yeah? They was mocking him while he was carrying his own cross, mocking him, scourging him. Pilate put a cross of thorns on his head and rammed it on him, slapped him, all that what was going on. He was despising shame because he had a bigger goal ahead. And he had a joyous, he was on a mission, right? And he finished the mission. And he's right now sat down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. For he considered him that he endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your mind. Right. So that's the goal that we have, the blueprint that we have, the ultimate blueprint, Yahweh, why Yahawashi. Hebrews chapter 12 and 1. Good precepts just to meditate on. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before you. Yeah, because when you're in that race, if it's a marathon, you don't think about the pain when you run. You don't think about your ankles. You don't think about the short of breath. You think about breaking the sound barrier. No, you think or if you come across the so-called brick wall, when your body says to you, stop, you don't think about that. You want to you're thinking of the end of the race, and you want to finish that race, just like Yahawashi. That's why he's now sat down, and that's what we're thinking, that's what we're contemplating, and that's what we're meditating on, and that's what we're visualizing, to be in those chariots, looking down on this place when the missiles are on it, burning them up. Yeah, and we're in the chariots, looking through the glass sea, the see-through glass, sipping some yarn. That's the visual that we have in our minds. The vision, the visual. Right? Like Yahawashi now is right at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. Right. Enough said on that. Another precept, the precept to the one we looked at in Hebrews. Philippians chapters 2, straight to the point, and 10 says that at the name of Yahweh. No, I can't just go to that, man. Go to 7 says, but made himself. Philippians chapter 2, 7. But made himself. 6. Who being in the form of God thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him a form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. Yeah, Yahawashi, man. He knew he was in the presence of Yahweh. Yeah, as an angel. Yeah, he made himself have no reputation and took on upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of men. Right, that's when he came as Yahawashi. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even death on the cross. Yeah, and he could have dealt with them people that was crucifying him easy. He could have called myriads and myriads of angels. Could have said that's enough. That's it. I'm gonna kill him. I don't like it. What's going on? I don't like the way they're treating me. I don't like the way they're slapping me. I don't like the way they're mocking me. He could have just said, right, I'm gonna deal with them, and just called angels, and he could have just dealt with him, like it says in is it Luke or is it in Matthew 4? Yeah, he could have just called angels to deal with them. Yeah, but he humbled himself and he resisted and he endured and he despised that shame. Yeah, and being found fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Wherefore God also have highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. See, was it not worth it what he did? Of course it was worth it. That's why he's the chief, the master of our faith. That is why we highly praise him, right? And we have to go through him to get to Yahweh, right? The mediator, Yahawashi. And that's why we do honor him and worship him and praise him, right? Despite what some people may be saying, right? Because he is above every other name. That at the name of Yahawashi, this is the point, every knee should bow, of things in the heaven and things in the earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahawashi, Mashiach, is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. That's a slap in the face to some of you unfaithful men that don't believe in Yahawashi. That's a slap in the face, and that's a cut to you, right? Enough said on that. Enough said on that. That's a slap in the face to you unfaithful doubters that don't want to give Yahawashi his credit. Right. So this could be the last one to end off the video. Nice night tonight. It's a clear sky, man. It's a clear sky, and the chariots are definitely up there doing their thing, coming or going to judgment. Right? So last precept, 1 Corinthians 9:24 says, know ye not that that which run in a race run all, but one winneth. I'll start again. 1 Corinthians 9:24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one conceiveth the prize. One receiveth the prize, so run that ye may obtain it. Yeah, we run that we may obtain it, and we're not left in the lurch. We've got Yahawashi as the blueprint to see how we're going to run it and how we're going to finish it. Right? We can't say we haven't got everything that we need and more. Yeah, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize, so run that ye may obtain it. Yeah, we saw the the Aragon Athletics. We saw Judah, was it that they got the world record? The so-called Americans, which they could have been any of the tribes. It could have been Benjamin. Benjamin won the women. The women won the 4x4? Oh no, it was 100 meters. First, second, and third, which there was all Benjamites. So yeah, man. So they had to be focused, you see, because they was focusing on their carnal prize. Yeah, and we know all of the tribes when it comes to getting down and getting into the nitty gritty when it comes to sports and all forms of sports, you name it, basketball, cricket, football, you name it. Yeah, Jacob is on the top. He's on the top of the agenda. He's on the top of the menu. Right? Jacob is the former of all things. So just so that you can understand, I gave those examples I think the guy, the winner of the 100-meter was Joel. I think his name is Joel something. But he's down as a Judite. And yeah, Judah did do very well in this the Aragon Olympics. Now you've got the Commonwealth Olympics coming up, or Commonwealth Games coming up. It's probably going to be a lot of when it comes to, we know that we succeed when it comes to physical. But you know what? People want to just give credit when it comes to physical. We succeed in everything, physical and mental. Yeah, science too. Yeah, the form of all things, creating things, inventions, you name it, man. Academics, analytics. You know, they let us in the tennis, we conquer that. Even when they let us in politics, which politics is all the rubbish, we surpass them in that. That's why they don't like to let us in in anything. But we surpass them in all things because yeah, Jacob is the form of all things, man. Jeremiah chapters 19, 51 and 19. Jacob is a form of all things. Jeremiah chapter 51 and 19. But yeah, just to make the point, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain it. And how do we run? 25. Everyone that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things, right? Temperate. Yeah, I use the word thorough. Yeah, thorough. Going through it. Concentration. Focus. Thorough. Like a fine tooth comb. Yeah, not reckless, not fumbling, not hastily. Yeah, temperate. And yeah, we can get into that word a little bit more. Now we looked at that word there. The mastery is temperate in all things. Now that they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Right, giving our praises to Yahawashi, the incorruptible crown, and don't let nobody rob us of that crown. I think that's in Revelation chapters 3. Not to let no one rob you of your crown. That crown is there for you. If you're that guy, if you're one of the elect, the crown is already there, prepared for you. Yeah, from before time, because you are being predestinated. The elect have been predestinated from before the beginning of time, from the creation of time. So don't let no one rob us of that crown, man. Lord willing, we're those men. I therefore so run not as uncertain, that's the word, uncertain, so therefore so run not as uncertainly, so fight I not as one that beateth the air, right? Beateth the air, sparring the spirit, just throwing punches, wild punches, going mad, yeah? Like you got blindfolds on, just throwing wild punches, punching the air, no. 27, but I keep under my body and bring it unto subjection, lest that by any means when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Giving our praises to Yahawashi. That is why everyone that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things, right? So that we don't become castaways. But we can't say we haven't got the blueprint, Yahawashi, that we looked at in Hebrews chapters 12 and reading from 1 onwards, and also Thessalonians 2 and 10. The blueprint to our salvation, Yahawashi. So giving our praises to Yahawashi for giving me the spirit to do this video and to come out here and to give praises to the holy name Yahawashi. Kala Yahawashi. Give double honors to all the elders and apostles of great millstone for teaching us the truth, and rise up, the house of David is rising. To the next one.